Hey, what's going on, AMP family? Welcome back to another daily analysis here with DTA. We talk about AMP and also what Bitcoin is doing because, as we all know, Bitcoin seems to be the benchmark for the entire cryptocurrency market. So, hopping right into today's analysis, there's not really too much to report on. I think, yesterday's daily analysis really gave a very good macro perspective of where we are, where a lot of the fear and concerns are coming from a global perspective, and what could possibly happen as we move towards September, when students start to go back to school and when people start to go back to work, right? So I don't really want to talk about that too much today because we talked about that a lot yesterday. But today I really just want to hop into the charts and say that we did come down to, the 0.038 levels, right? That's something that we called months ago, right? As being sort of our lower levels of support, right? And if we zoom in, we can kind of see that, the bulls did sort of show up here, right? We have this long wick at the bottom of today's candle. However, it is still showing that the Bears are still, trying to push the market down, right? There is, a slight sell off happening, but at the same time, there is a lot of accumulation taking place, right? So, I think the elephant in the room is, where could we go if we fall below the 3 cents level, right? Well, our next areas of support would be here at 0.035, followed by here at 0.032. And then, if we break that, then it's likely that we may come all the way back down to where we actually started this impulse from, at the 0.025 level. So that's pretty much what we have going on with AMP. If we do manage to, get above this resistance line, where today's daily candle is pretty much holding on by a thread, then it's likely that we could retest the upper 4 cents level, up at 0.046. But that's all pretty much dependent upon what Bitcoin does. And speaking of Bitcoin, you know today we can see on the Bitcoin chart that we actually did break our line of support, right? This Wyckoff theory of accumulation pattern, structurally, it was playing out up until June 29th, right? June 29th is when, this line of resistance started to really kick in and gave us confirmation that, we were in a descending triangle, right? So based on this structural pattern, it's likely that we could go a bit lower, right? We could see, the lower 20K level. We could see a $25,000 Bitcoin. But it's important to note that, you know, there is still a lot of accumulation happening, but again, there's a lot of fears about COVID in the near future as we move into September and other countries start to reopen. So that's pretty much what we have for today's daily analysis. A lot of things are going on sale. So if we have some USDC or Tether stash on the side, then these are prime buying levels because things are going on sale. So especially AMP, I think that if we can hold support, we'll see a strong rally. But in the news today for AMP, if you haven't heard about this, Tyler Spalding, CEO of Flexa, will actually be speaking today in a sponsored segment joined with CoinDesk, right? And the topic of this segment today is really how decentralized networks are transforming products we use every day, right? So make sure you head on over to Flex's Twitter. They retweeted the tweet from CoinDesk, and it's very simple to register for this. The link is right here inside of the tweet. So maybe this could be the catalyst that Flexa needs, right? I know that the entire community as well as new investors have been waiting for some time to actually hear from the team, for marketing to start to kick up a little bit more. These guys are heads down focused on development and business partnerships. Marketing is not something that they have fully invested into. And it's lovely to see how organic the community has grown to you know all of the holders that we have holding AMP. People making YouTube content about AMP, including myself, right? I've been in AMP and Flexa ever since 2018, when Flexa was on LA Token Exchange, right? The OGs know what that exchange is, but you know it's lovely to see how organic things have grown. But I think now is the time to actually, start to get out and speak more. I think now is the time to, invest a little bit more in marketing. Now is the time, right? Especially during these downturns and bearish markets. So make sure you guys head on over to Flex's Twitter, check this out, and that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. We'll see what happens, with this slight sell off, with this, you know, short term bearish momentum. And, as we move into September, I think it would be wise to, hold a little bit of, stablecoin, just in case things do hit the fan, right? Again, it will be a prime buying opportunity. So until tomorrow, DTA is out.